Miami Beach, weighing in tonight at 215 pounds, the mirror image, Ricky Mandel. From Falcon Beach, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in tonight at 234 pounds, Hot Shot Danny Duggan.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the richest prize in the game today. The West Coast Wrestling Connections Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. Hotshot Danny Duggan, your champion, taking on the mirror image, Ricky Mandel. Bubba Blanchard, this is for it all.
This is excitement personified, and not just because Danny Duggan took those shorts off and went into some skimpy. That's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about the match. I'm talking about what we're about to watch right now. You got the champion, the best in the business today, Danny Duggan, there.
Hotshot Danny Duggan has been a proud champion in the West Coast Wrestling Connection. He won a tournament. He came through. He was really not favored coming in and had a lot of difficult obstacles to overcome on his way through, but he is really impressed as the heavyweight champion here in the West Coast Wrestling Connection. And there are exactly 3 words that you can use to describe him: respect, dignity, and integrity. This is a man whose word is worth gold, and he has given his word that he will fight for the people, for the fans of the West Coast Wrestling Connection. And tonight, he's taking on Ricky Mandel, calls himself the mirror image, even comes complete with his own mirror title belt.
Yes, win if you can, lose if you must. But if you can't win a belt, make one yourself and wear it.
That's pretty cool.
Nice hip toss. Nice hip toss right there.
Ricky Mandel very well put together. I can see why he calls himself the mirror image. I think he's seen the inside of a gym once or twice.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have a hard time finding a date on a Saturday night, neither would Danny Duggan for that matter. You know, you got 2 high-quality athletes in the ring right now, 2 studs out there.
That's exactly the word that you could use there, Bubba Blanchard. These guys are studs. They're young studs at the top of their game. They are some of the best in the world today. They're right here in the West Coast Wrestling Connection fighting. They're battling. They're at war over the richest prize in the game, and it's all right here in the WC.
You know, you said when Danny Duggan first came in the area, you know, things were – did you say things were a little rough on the guy? Is that what you alluded to?
He had a lot of obstacles. He had a lot of guys out to get him from day one. The guy has so much charisma. He's so well liked by the fans.
Yeah.
It almost painted a target on his back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the minute I saw the kid for the first time, I knew he had the it factor, and he just threw it on top of, oh my goodness, a hip toss, an arm drag, a body slam. He's big, he's athletic, he is a stud, folks. That is why he is the WC champion.
He's getting it done. Ricky Mandel, no stranger to the game, rolling out, taking advantage of that 10 count, catching his breath, making Danny Duggan kind of reassess his game plan while Mandel does the same. But look at that look on his face. His back is hurt already. That hip toss, that arm drag, that body slam, such a fundamental combination, but expertly executed by the hotshot Danny Duggan.
Yeah, I think what Ricky's going through right now, there is a little bit of physical pain because, you know, gravity is a harsh thing. But at the same time, his ego's more bruised and he's in a pain. He is a professional wrestler, so his stall tactics are more about his ego being bruised than his body.
Ricky Mandel got that side headlock on. He's got it on tight. Danny Duggan working hard to get out of it, but not able to. Referee checking to see if there's a choke on there, and it's a legal headlock. Comes off the ropes, almost went through him.
Shoulder block takedown.
Danny Duggan working hard together, tries to trip Ricky Mandel. No dice, leapfrog over the top. Comes up, catches him. Whoa!
Goodness. What athleticism. Did you see that leapfrog? He almost hit the ceiling with his head.
A 10-foot leapfrog right there. Ricky Mandel, plenty of clearance, came up when that hip toss got him a 1 count. Danny Duggan has the champion's advantage in this match. He has to be beaten. Ricky Mandel has to pin him or force him into submission to walk out of here the Pacific Northwest heavyweight champion.
Yeah, as soon as he got to WCWC, as soon as they got down from that Canadian area, that Manitoba area where he's from, you know, the NFL took one look at him and they tried like hell to get him to be a linebacker. But he said, no, thank you. I don't play little games that children play. I'm a real man. I'm a professional wrestler. And that's why he's the WCWC champion. Gets himself another hip toss. Gets himself another hip toss. And now he's going for the fall. And he gets a near fall on it.
You said it so well, Bubba Blanchard. Right here in the West Coast Wrestling Connection, the finest athletes in the world. They compete. They fight so hard for their spot here in the WC. They can go to the No Fun League. They can go and not play basketball in the NBA. They can go and pretend to get hurt in the World Cup, but right here in the WC where there is no off season, where they're on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, then right there, it's all on the line, every city, all around the world, and Danny Duggan showing why he is the top guy in the WC.
Oh, big clothesline. Big clothesline. You hear the physicality. You can hear it. You can feel it in your home. You can feel it in the stands. That's really where you need to be. In the home, it's great. On your little iPhone, it's great. On your little iPad, it's fantastic. Let me tell you something. You get down to a WCWC event, and that's what it's all about. Live in action.
Live in action, interaction. See some of the greatest athletes in the entire world up close and personal. WC-WC.com or on the social media at the WCWC for schedule details. You've got to check it out today. Give us a follow, give us a like, and we'll let you know when we're coming to your town.
Yeah, for me, the WCWC, not to disrespect it at all, it means world's classiest wrestling company, because we're a world-class wrestling company. We are what we say we are. We're the best in the business today.
You're not going to find better professional wrestling anywhere else. Keep your dial tuned right here to the West Coast Wrestling Connection, and wow.
That'll make you feel it. You feel the hair on the back of your neck stand up when a human being's flesh gets taken off the bone.
Well, those knife-edge chops, we've talked about it here before, Bubba Blanchard. Not only do they do damage, but they get in your head.
Huge back elbow. Oh, my goodness.
Danny Duggan, he says, you want one more. He gets going. Referee gets in the way and stops
Danny Duggan,
him.
a consummate athlete right there. He's able to stop him. He's able to get him.
Oh, that little pause in the tempo, that pause in momentum gave Mandel all he needed to get a right hand on. Almost busted his own hand on that shot.
Well, he threw it with a tremendous amount of velocity. Let me tell you something. He got that sweet spot on the human body. If Danny Duggan wasn't a champion, if Danny Duggan wasn't a professional wrestler, he'd be knocked out right now.
Danny Duggan, one of the greatest athletes in the world today. This guy spends so much time working out, taking care of his body. And you're right, Bubba, that right hand would have taken any normal man out of commission almost permanently. Danny Duggan still fighting, doing everything he can to get a leg up on the challenger, Ricky Mandel.
Ricky Mandel has, oh no, yep, right across.
Ouch.
Jeez.
I mean, that's almost as bad as a rug burn.
Take your face and scrape it across your pillow tonight, and you'll go, oh, and that's your pillow, folks, at home. That human being's face was just dragged across. Near fall right there, near fall.
He's dragged across steel cable.
Yeah.
Steel
There's
cable.
a piece of cable with a little plastic wrap around it, and his face just got dragged across that. Now he's got a snapmare for his trouble. There's another right hand on top of the skull.
Well, the referee,
right hand on top of the skull.
Referee getting his face over those right hands. The referee does have discretion to disqualify any competitor using those closed fists. Danny Duggan with a couple of forearms.
Yeah, but the real wrestling fans are just like me. They don't want to see a disqualification of a closed fist. They want to see these guys fight it out.
Well, and Ricky Mandel doesn't want a disqualification. He wants a pinfall. Here he goes for it for the Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship. Just a 2 count.
Of course, Ricky wants to win the title. Number one is to be WCWC Heavyweight Champion, the biggest prize in the game, like you said. And the other thing is, he won't have to carry around a fake belt.
But you know what, Bubba? You become the West Coast Wrestling Connection Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion, and it changes your life. All of a sudden, TMZ's following you around. You're traveling the world. There we go, hook the far leg. People want to know your every move. They want to know what your diet plan is, what your workout regimen is. You become the pinnacle, the top of this sport, of this business, and all of a sudden all eyes are on you. And somebody who calls himself the mirror image, you know that dream keeps him up at night.
Yeah, Danny Duggan back up in Manitoba. I mean, he can't even go get a cup of coffee without getting the people just wanting to be a part of his life, wanting to be around him. You know, he can't even breathe sometimes, you know, with the popularity. People know what it's like to be a celebrity. He handles that real well, just like he handles his opponents real well. But his opponent right now is handling him real well. He's doing the old hip swivel.
There's a little bit of that. I don't think Danny Duggan was too impressed with that.
Hip swivel gave him enough time to rest and put his elbow in your face. And now he's got a boot in your face because of a hip swivel, because of your ego. Danny Duggan.
Look at that go with Danny Duggan off both ropes.
Oh,
big
goodness.
Flying clothesline. Goodness. Comes up. Oh, look at that drop kick.
Danny Duggan. Danny Duggan is a stud. Danny Duggan is a real athlete.
Hooks him up.
Oh, my goodness.
Rolls the dice, comes up with snake eyes, and Ricky Mandel might be out of commission. Hooks the near leg, and just a 2 count on that one. Danny Duggan so close.
2 3/4 right there. I thought Mandel was done.
2 3/4. I'd say 2 6/8, but you know, with the tomato.
Oh, I'd say a jawbreaker, but he had his head on his jaw and his chin right there. It was a chin breaker. He missed a big boot. Give him, nice. Nice.
Clothesline right there by Danny Duggan.
Tremendous short arm clothesline.
Oh, wow. Danny Duggan's so close to victory. He can taste it. You can see the exasperation on his face. He's tried everything right now to win. If he cannot put down Ricky Mandel, if he loses that WCWC Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Championship he's worked so hard for, it will be devastating, not only to him, but to all of the fans. And right now he's fighting. Oh, Ricky Mandel gets his boot up. He's up. Second turnbuckle on the inside. Comes up. Oh, he catches him. He's got him hooked. He's got him hooked. But Ricky Mandel able to fight his way out. Pulls him up. Can he get him over?
Ricky Mandel's having a hell of a showing here tonight.
He's got Danny Duggan stuck in the middle of the ring. He doesn't have him pulled all the way
Crab.
over.
He's got him in the Boston Crab. It could be over.
Right in the middle of the ring. Danny Duggan, sir, you are on an island. There is no hope unless you can crawl somehow get the power, the strength, the fortitude to pull yourself to those ropes.
Well, the mirror image isn't from Boston, so maybe it's a sexy beach crab.
Yeah, I don't know if I want those crabs, Bubba. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't want any crabs from the sexy beach.
Yeah. Well,
gets that bottom rope.
Danny Duggan's got the bottom rope, makes him break it. The referee makes him break the hold. He doesn't want to get disqualified. He wants to win a real belt, especially the biggest belt in the game today.
Ricky Mandel arguing with the referee, not going to do a lot of good to him. Danny Duggan slow to get back to his feet, but fast enough to get that elbow up in the way. Taking out Ricky Mandel. He comes up. Oh, my God.
Goodness, my goodness, what a boot. What a boot to the face. We got a new champion. Oh, Danny Duggan. Danny Duggan, how does he kick out? How does he kick out?
Ricky Mandel, mere moments, fractions of a second away from being the new Pacific Northwest Heavyweight Champion, and you can see the frustration. He thought he had the gold right there. He doesn't know what else it's going to take, but he's going to do whatever he can. He wants that gold. Danny Duggan digging deep, trying to get that adrenaline, feeding off the energy from the fans. He's up on one knee. He gets up a little bit more, but he is wobbly. He's not up. Oh, he catches him. He rolls him up. Just 2, not enough. Not enough. Ducks the clothesline, ducks the roundhouse, catches him. Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer.
Oh!
To the ring announcer.
Here is your winner, and still WCWC Heavyweight Champion, Hot Shot Danny Duggan.
Bubba, I didn't know if it was going to happen. Woo! Ricky Mandel, what a showing, but Danny Duggan, what a strong